Okay, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to pre-record and this will go onto the live home stream. So I just gathered what I'm going to try to make. Just following this calendar, food calendar from San Remo in Etobicoke. They were giving this out earlier in the year, or last year, I mean, for 2024. I'm going to attempt this. Well, I'm modifying it because I don't have everything. The Argentinian empanadas. I'm going to be doing it with hot Italian sausage. I'm going to squeeze out the meat. It's not going to be, it's going to be a small batch because I'm going to just use up 4 of the sausages. The recipe calls for 2 pounds of ground beef. So instead of ground beef, I'm using the hot Italian sausage. Is probably pork. I'm going to chop onions. It says 2 medium. Since it's a small batch, I'll just probably do half of an onion or maybe the whole onion. We'll see. And then carrying on, it says 2 small red peppers, seeded and chopped. I already have some from before. I was adding it to my salad, so I'm going to use this plus a whole red onion or red pepper. And carrying on, it says a cup and a half of chicken stock. I had some already open. There's 2 cups here, but I'm not going to use it all. And it says it's a smaller batch, and this one asks for 1 cup and a half. So I might just go like 2/3 of a cup, maybe. We'll see. This says to add raisins. I'm gonna skip the raisin. I'm not into that. So, and then the puff pastry. I already took this out of the freezer, and it should be thawed out by the time I'm ready. 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. So the ingredients, I have modified it down, so because this is for a big batch. So it's 3 tablespoons of ground cumin, which I only use 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons of sweet paprika. I'm using 1 tablespoon. For the dried oregano, it's 1 tablespoon, which is fine. I'm using 1 tablespoon. That's should be okay. Cayenne pepper. That's a 1/4 teaspoon, which I'm going to use. That's fine. So 2 teaspoons of sugar. I'm just using 1 teaspoon. So that's the ingredients. And then carry on here says directions. It's brown the ground beef, which I'll do with the hot Italian sausage. But I'm going to saute the onions first. So, and then it says like transfer to a bowl. In remaining grease, cook onions, peppers, and so on. Like, so I'm going to actually add spinach, which I have here. I don't want it to go to waste. I have onions, or sorry, not onions, mushrooms in here, 6 of them. So I'm going to chop that. I'm going to put that all in there. I might even put some cheese to keep it together, that sort of thing. So that's going to be what I'm going to be doing. So I'll chop everything up. Okay, I got six mushrooms here. Dice them up. Just a rough chop. Okay, now I'm working on the peppers. Just everything's going to be a rough cut, nothing fancy. So I'll carry on cutting, and then, all right, so chopped everything up. This is all I need. I'm gonna go in the kitchen. I'll put this, like, saute the onions, mushrooms. I'm gonna leave the peppers last because I don't really like them too soft. And then I'll follow the instructions. Pretty much just probably sauteing it, but I'm surprised there's no, because we're using liquid. I'm not reading any flour to thicken it up. So we'll see. Yeah, so definitely won't use the full amount. Probably, like I said, half a cup of liquid and go from there. So let's see. Next, on to the next step. All right, we've got the olive oil heating up. Onions go in. I'm going to put some seasoning on the onions. Okay, so here we are. Don't use up all the seasoning just yet. It does say onions and red pepper. I'm going to actually throw in the mushrooms. This is my take now. All right, so I added the mushrooms, looking good. I added the rest of the seasoning. Hopefully it's not going to be too much. Should add garlic soon. Didn't ask for it, but I'm adding garlic. So yeah, basically look at the recipes and I can modify it, my version. I think recipes are a guide or whatever. You can do whatever you wish after that. That looks good. All right, there's the crushed garlic and then some parsley. All right, at this point I'm gonna put in the red peppers. Not for long, I'm gonna just mix it up, and because it's gonna cook in the empanada wrap, right, like in the oven. All right, that's how it looks so far. I am going to put the spinach, and then maybe put this aside and then break up the sausage on its own separately and then mix it all together. Okay. All right, I squeezed out 4 hot Italian sausage out of the casing, and this is what I got from it. So I'll break it up even more so with a spoon. All right, so here we are. I had to pull it apart a bit more with a knife and the spoon to break it up. So I just want to lightly brown it, I guess, not overcook it. I'm going to add the onions and mushrooms and red pepper to it soon. Good amount for 4 sausages here. All right, I just added the sauteed mushrooms and onions and red peppers. And I'm gonna stir this all together. I'm gonna turn down the heat. I don't want to overcook it. That's the thing. All right, so I'm gonna add a half a cup of the broth. I don't think I want a lot of it because I think it'll kind of ruin the pastry, the puff pastry, because I'm not reading any flour to thicken it up. So that's why I want to add maybe some cheddar cheese to this. Oh yeah, I'm gonna add the spinach. So let's add the spinach now too. All right, the spinach is in. It's gonna cook down, so that'll help to maybe thicken it up, or just at least we have vegetables in here. All right, it's cooking down. Don't want to overcook the spinach either. Turn down the heat. All right, I think I'm going to do my own thing here because of the liquid. I'm glad I didn't add too much liquid because it needs to be thickened up. So I'm going to thicken it up either with flour or with cornstarch. I think cornstarch. So, all right, I took the liquid out. I mean, this looks really great. It would be great on pasta, rice. This looks good. Oh yeah, so with cornstarch, even flour, to mix it, you gotta be fast. So I am gonna do this off camera. All right, looks a lot better, yeah. Yeah. That helped to thicken it up. The cornstarch, not sure if I'm supposed to, but I'm just going with my own experience. And that looks good. That's what I wanted. You don't want runny, liquidy mix, like when you're gonna put this, wrap it in a puff pastry, because it's gonna get, the puff pastry will get soggy and it's not gonna taste good. Okay, perfect. I'm glad I did that. All right, look at that, thickened up nicely. Huh. All right, so I'm happy with that. It says to cool it down for 3 hours. I don't have 3 hours. So I'm gonna live stream it, put it together, but I will turn off the heat now. This is perfect. It worked out. Yay. Yeah, so I'm happy with it now. Perfect. All right, so I will put these videos together so we can watch this on the live stream, and then we will wrap it up in the puff pastry, and then let's hope it works out. Almost forgot, I'm going to add cheese to this, so I don't know how much, so I grate it, whatever. I had about a half of a log, I don't know, half of the cheese I had. I don't know how, the rectangle, you know, anyway. You just, I do a lot of things, you know, I eyeball everything pretty much. I mean, if you like cheese, add cheese. If you don't add it, you know. I like my cheese, but not too cheesy. That looks good. I'm going to add the rest. Why not? Why not? Okay, melt it through. So I still have to cool this down. It'll give me time to put together all these video clips to add to start the live stream. So this is what you guys are going to be watching, how I put this together. And then, okay, check out the home live replay, my take on empanadas, and a chit chat turned out to be a little longer and enjoyable live stream. What we're doing live, we'll assemble it or whatever, like put it. Due to some technical issues, this prep video for the home live stream was blurry, and you can skip through it and watch the actual live stream. And like wrap it in the puff pastry and then bake it. All right. Ooh, that looks so good. Even for nacho chips would be nice too.